Hello, Jays Nation. Welcome back to your go-to channel. Today we have 3 jam-packed updates about our Blue Army, which happened or came to notice just a few hours ago. So if you are a true Jays fan, you don't want to miss these updates. And yes, before starting the video, I request you, if you are new to the channel, then don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop. So let's dive right into today's first big update. Update 1, the unbelievable truth about Davis Schneider's shocking AAA transformation. Let us dive straight into our first massive update for the day. We need to talk about Davis Schneider and the absolute noise he is making right now down in AAA Buffalo. As all of us in Jays Nation know, our fan favorite utility player was sent down to the minor leagues on May 25th after a truly brutal start to the 2026 season. He was batting just .127 with an on-base percentage of .295 and a slugging percentage of .211 over 38 games. While he was managing a fantastic 19.1% walk rate up in Major League Baseball, he was unfortunately offsetting all of that patience by doubling up his strikeouts with a 34.8% strikeout rate. The front office and manager John Schneider clearly tried everything they could to get him back on track under the bright lights of the show, but it just did not make sense to keep him in Toronto, especially when Nathan Lukes made his return from the injured list. But here is where things get truly mind-numbing, folks. With a chance to reset away from the massive pressure of Toronto, Davis Schneider is putting up one of the most unusual and incredible stat lines I think anyone has ever seen in professional baseball. In his first 9 games since going down to Buffalo, the 27-year-old is reaching base at a level that almost looks fictional. Are you ready for this? He has drawn 18 walks in just 39 plate appearances. That gives him a jaw-dropping 46.2% walk rate. Even better, his biggest weakness at the Major League Baseball level, the strikeouts, has practically vanished. He has only struck out 3 times during this entire stretch, giving him a microscopic 7.7% strikeout rate. Now, we do have to look at the other side of the coin. Despite an on-base percentage of .615, which will play absolutely anywhere, he only has 3 hits, 1 double and 2 singles, giving him a batting average of just .167. The Toronto offense is not struggling because of a lack of walks. Our lineup is actually pretty good at grinding out at bats. What we desperately need right now is game-changing power and timely extra base hits. Schneider hit 11 home runs in 82 games last year by punishing mistakes. Right now, he is refusing to chase and forcing pitchers into the strike zone. If rebuilding this foundation and getting his pitch recognition back is step 1, and the power follows as step 2, his stay with the Bisons might end much sooner than expected. The Blue Jays do not need him to win a batting title. They just need him to become dangerous again.
Update 2, massive Dylan Cease rehab update. Is our ace ready to return to the rotation? Moving right along to our second major update of the day, and this one brings some very highly anticipated injury news regarding our starting rotation. Right now, the Toronto Blue Jays find themselves in an incredibly unique situation with 3 immensely talented starting pitchers all rehabbing down at AAA Buffalo at the exact same time. That is right, Dylan Cease, Max Scherzer, and Shane Bieber are all working their way back from their respective injuries to help bolster our Blue Army, with Cease starting on Thursday and Scherzer and Bieber up next. But today, the spotlight is entirely on Dylan Cease following his latest rehab start. The news coming out of Buffalo regarding Cease's latest rehab start is overwhelmingly positive. During his outing, Cease threw exactly 75 pitches, and he landed an impressive 50 of those pitches for strikes. When we are looking at rehab outings, they are often viewed mostly through the lens of pitch counts rather than pure results. According to Mitch Bannon from The Athletic, who shared his thoughts on X, reaching this specific pitch count likely means that Cease can rejoin the Toronto Blue Jays for his next turn in the rotation if the team needs him to. Now, if we dive into the specific numbers from Thursday, the outing was not absolutely perfect on paper. He did give up 5 earned runs along with 6 hits and 1 walk. However, he also managed to strike out 6 batters, which is an extremely encouraging sign that his swing and miss stuff is still incredibly sharp. Rehab starts are not exactly the same as spring training, but there is definitely some overlap in the simple fact that pitchers mainly want to get their arms ramped back up so that when they return to Major League Baseball regular season action, they are operating at 100% full strength. For a pitcher like Cease, a night like Thursday is all about getting his total pitch count back up to a healthy place, while also inducing enough whiffs to prove that his elite stuff is working exactly as it should. He accomplished both of those critical goals in Buffalo, and it should not be long now until he is back wearing the Blue Jays uniform. Even if the Blue Jays front office decided to play it safe and wait on bringing him back, it would likely just be for one more rehab start at the absolute most. But given the current state of our pitching staff, where Toronto is having to rely on bullpen openers just to navigate through the week, it is probably time for Cease to make his triumphant return to the mound in Toronto.
Update 3. The cavalry is coming. Scherzer and Bieber up next, plus the Nathan Lukes impact. And now, moving on to our third and final massive update of the day, we have to look at the bigger picture of what is happening down in AAA Buffalo and how it directly impacts our Toronto Blue Jays roster. As we discussed in the last update, Dylan Cease had a very encouraging rehab start, but he is not alone down there. The Toronto Blue Jays, incredibly, have 3 immensely talented starting pitchers all rehabbing at AAA Buffalo at the exact same time. That is right, Jays Nation. The cavalry is officially on the way. With Dylan Cease getting his work in on Thursday, future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer and former Cy Young winner Shane Bieber are up next as they try to return from their respective injuries. This could not come at a better time for Toronto, considering the team has been heavily relying on using openers just to get through the week. Having Scherzer and Bieber ramping up alongside Cease means our starting rotation is on the verge of becoming an absolute powerhouse once again. But it is not just the pitching staff making waves. We also have to talk about the corresponding roster moves that have shaped our current lineup. The main reason the front office felt comfortable making the tough decision to send Davis Schneider down to Buffalo was because outfielder Nathan Lukes finally returned to the active roster from the injured list. Manager John Schneider opened up about this decision, stating that the Blue Jays decided to option Davis in part to get him some consistent at-bats to work on swinging at balls he can handle a little bit more frequently. John Schneider also added that this exact minor league reset worked wonders for Davis last year. The manager said, "So you want him to go play and hopefully get his rhythm, his timing back, and just swinging at balls he can handle a little bit more frequently." He made sure to reassure the fans by saying, "He's a part of our team and will continue to be a part of our team." John Schneider emphasized that the organization trusts him and simply wants him to get back to doing exactly what he is good at. Right now, the biggest issues plaguing the Toronto Blue Jays offense are a lack of raw power and clutch hitting. While getting on base is great, the team desperately needs guys who can drive in runs when the pressure is on. With Nathan Lukes back in the mix and our massive pitching reinforcements of Cease, Scherzer, and Bieber getting ready to dominate, the next few weeks are going to be absolutely critical for our Blue Army. That is all for today's jam-packed episode of the Toronto Blue Jays News Network. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending your time with us today. If you enjoyed these 3 massive updates and want to stay completely in the loop on all things regarding our Blue Army, please make sure you hit that like button, Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on the rotation returning, and absolutely do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and let us go Blue Jays!